External Affairs Minister Jaishankar met Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow on Thursday, reinforcing India's strategic partnership with Russia amid escalating tensions with the United States over trade tariffs imposed due to New Delhi's purchases of Russian oil. The high-level meeting came hours after Jaishankar held extensive talks with Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov, where both sides agreed to expand bilateral trade and strengthen their energy partnership despite mounting U.S. pressure. Speaking at a joint press briefing with Lavrov, Jaishankar delivered a sharp rebuke to the Trump administration's tariff policies. "We are not the biggest purchasers of Russian oil, that is China. We are not the biggest purchasers of Russian LNG. I'm not sure, but I think that is the European Union," he said. The Indian foreign minister expressed bewilderment at U.S. criticism, noting that it was the Americans who previously advised India to do everything to stabilize the world's energy markets, including buying oil from Russia. He added that India also buys oil from America, making the tariff argument very perplexing. President Trump has imposed a combined 50% tariff on Indian goods, a 25% reciprocal tariff that took effect on August 7th, plus an additional 25% penalty specifically targeting India's Russian oil purchases set to be implemented on August 27th. Both leaders emphasized the enduring nature of their bilateral relationship. "We believe that relations between India and Russia have been among the steadiest of the major relationships in the world after the Second World War," Jaishankar stated, citing geopolitical convergence, leadership contacts, and popular sentiment as key drivers. According to reports from India Today, the discussions focused on addressing India's widening trade deficit with Russia, which has ballooned from $6.6 billion in 2021 to nearly $59 billion today. Jaishankar emphasized the need to swiftly address non-tariff barriers and regulatory impediments to boost Indian exports to Russia in sectors like pharmaceuticals, agriculture, and textiles. Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov announced that President Putin is expected to visit India before the end of 2025, marking another milestone in their strategic partnership. The visit would continue the tradition of annual summits between the leaders, with the most recent meeting taking place in July 2024. The meeting occurs as India has turned increasingly toward Russia and China following the U.S. tariff dispute. According to Fox News, India's national security advisor recently traveled to Moscow, while Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi concluded talks in Delhi, signaling New Delhi's pivot away from Washington. Russia, meanwhile, has activated what it calls a special mechanism to protect its energy trade with India from potential U.S. sanctions, with officials predicting that India will maintain its current level of Russian oil imports despite American pressure.